Steve Robbins here. Welcome to the Get It Done Guys, quick and dirty tips to work less and do more. Sheila wrote in, "My to-do list items are stuck on little pieces of paper everywhere. It's driving me crazy. Do you have a task manager system that will help?" Well, my task manager system for tracking a to-do list combines elements of two systems, Getting Things Done by David Allen and Autofocus 4 by Mark Forster. Links to both systems are in this episode's transcript at getitdone.quickanddirtytips.com. Why are the to-do sticky notes causing your head to explode? Because you never quite know where they all are. Sure, you have a bunch at your desk. A few are probably in your car. And there's even the note you wrote while getting your weekly massage. When he saw you writing, your masseur Boris dug into your back so hard you almost dropped your iPhone. David Allen says we need a Zen mind, a mind like water, calm, placid, and apparently moist. You get a moist mind by having a system that handles everything in your life. When a thought pops to mind, you know what to do. First, put on the aluminum foil hat to make sure the idea isn't being beamed into your head by aliens. Then, put that thought in your system that handles everything. Suddenly, your mind is clear again. This only works if the system is so reliable that you know, down to the tips of your brightly painted toenails, you know you have them, guys, that putting something in means you will get to it. You have to trust the system. And that, my friends, is probably the first time those words have ever passed my lips. Trust the system, indeed. In Getting Things Done, David presents a wonderful, trustworthy system that handles everything. It even has a little flowchart. That flowchart sent every Star Trek t-shirt wearing, science fiction reading, "My solutions are far more complicated than the problems they're supposed to solve" type geek into a nirvana of organizational ecstasy when the book came out. Melvin and I, we used the GTD system for years, and it worked beautifully. Unfortunately, Bernice needs personal organization too. She doesn't wear Star Trek t-shirts, and she thinks that flowcharts are unnatural. "If Goddess had intended women to use flowcharts, she would have given them computers." Bernice sniffs. "Well, of course, we do have computers, so wouldn't that count?" I ask. Keeping David Allen's requirements in mind, a trusted system that handles everything, there's a system even the goddess would love. It's the remarkably simple Autofocus 4 system by Mark Forster. It uses a combined right brain, left brain approach to tasks, which Bernice assures me is much more goddess-friendly. First, decide where you'll keep your master to-do list. You can use a word processor document or a spreadsheet or a notebook. I've switched between online and paper systems for years, and I consistently get better results with paper. Paper makes me think twice before adding to-do items. If something isn't important enough to write by hand, it's not important enough to spend time on. With electronic systems, once a list gets longer than a screen or two, I only look at the first couple of pages. Anything further down on the list just gets lost. I can't trust my system anymore, and the Zen mind goes bye-bye. That's why I use a pocket-sized, soft-cover Moleskine notebook to hold my to-do list. It's a joy to use. This episode's transcript includes a link to the exact version I use. Grammar Girl gave me my first one as a gift 2 years ago. It changed my life. The system is simple. Copy your current to-do list into your notebook. Draw a line after the last item. Every time you think of a new thing to do, add it to the end of your list. The items before the line are called your backlog. The items you've added after the line are your current list. Unlike other systems, your items can be as big, small, vague, or specific as you like, as long as you know what they mean. Quote, "buy lug nut to repair electric car cleaning attachment," unquote, goes on the list, as does, quote, "iguana pancakes," close quote. As long as you have some idea what you mean by iguana pancakes, it goes right on the list. Start at the beginning of your backlog and scan forward. When you see something you feel like working on, work on it for as long as you want. Those are purposely vague terms. This is where the right brain comes in. Once you've worked on it for a while, cross it off. If it isn't done, re-enter it at the end of your current list. Then keep going through your backlog. When you come to the line you drew at the end of the backlog, Don't go into the current list. Go back to the start of the backlog and keep cycling until you do one full pass through the backlog and no items stand out as something you want to work on. In this case, pass through the line into the current list. Work through the current list in order one time only using the same rules. Work only on the items you want to, and work for as long as you want, or as short as you want. Just make some forward progress. Then cross it off, and if needed, re-enter it again at the end of the current list. When you've finished the current list, loop back to the start of the backlog again. When you've crossed everything off the backlog, draw a new line at the end of the current list. The current list becomes your new backlog. What we've covered so far guarantees you'll make at least some progress on everything you want to work on. But what's to stop some items from staying on your backlog forever? There's one last rule that handles that. When you return to the backlog after working through the current list, if you don't want to work on at least one backlog item the first time through, highlight all the remaining items on the backlog with a cute little star. Starred items are now on review. When you next work through the backlog, you have only 3 choices with items that are on review. Cross them out forever, work on them a little bit and add them to your current list, or put a note in your calendar to reconsider adding them back to your current list sometime in the future. And that is the whole system. Draw a line after your backlog, work through the backlog making some progress on some things. When nothing strikes you, move once through the current list and then back to the backlog. If you decide to do nothing the first time through the backlog, put everything on review and work your current list. This system will handle everything in your life, and as you'll discover when you try it, the on-review feature forces you to drop those "I'll get to them someday" things that you never actually get to work on. All that's left is a mind like Zen. That's a mind that's perfect for reading my upcoming book. Get It Done, Guys, 9 Steps to Work Less and Do More. Huh. This is Steve Robbins. Pre-order my new book at worklessanddomore.com or at your local bookstore. You can find this episode's transcript with links to all of these systems and the Moleskine notebook at getitdone.quickanddirtytips.com. Work less, do more, and have a great life.